Joe Burrow did throw more passes at the time he was injured than any other player in the NFL this year. Starting as a rookie, he dropped back to pass more times than any other player, and he was on pace to become the 6th rookie to take 50 sacks in a season. That's a list that includes David Carr, Tim Couch, and Blake Bortles. So those are the facts and the figures. Jeff Saturday, you heard what Rex said. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a bad take. I mean, I understand looking back, you second guess, oh man, he had this catastrophic injury and we're all praying for him. It's devastating to watch. But the reality is that he gave your team hope, right? Every Sunday that he ran out there, you felt good about your chances being a Bengal fan and a Bengal teammate. And he gave you the best opportunity to win. That's why you draft him first in the draft. You don't draft him first to go let him watch guys go play. And the way that he played demanded that he be on the field, Greeny. I mean, when you're talking about a guy who's showing up every Sunday and performing to the level he is, you're going to bench him because ifs and maybes? Like, that's not the way football works. Look, I understand when you're looking back at how this could hurt their franchise and all those things, but this kid he was playing above what everybody had expectations for him to do. To act like that we weren't cheering this guy on for how well he was playing the entire season, and then all of a sudden this awful injury happens, we're going to change our idea of, oh, he should have never been playing. This kid should have been playing. It's awful. I hate the injury, but you can't have regrets about putting your best player on the field, and that's what he is for the Bengals.
What do you think, Greg?
Well, here's my thing. What do? Put him in bubble wrap for 10 years and then hope he's a great player at 32? Like, the way you get better is by playing. The way you get better is by being put in adverse circumstances. And they just talked about it. Rex hit the nail on the head. Well, we got a bad offensive line. Well, how the heck do you want him to move the football? You want him to just run it down people's throats? Like, what are we talking about? Yes, the only way the Bengals were going to win games this year, or, be competitive, is by dropping back and throwing it 50, 55 times a game. That was the only way they had a chance to be competitive. And by the way, they were competitive. They were 2-5-1, but really they only got blown out twice.
That's right.
There were only 2 games in which they had no chance to win. So they were in almost every game. And to consider this team what they were just a year ago, how much they've turned it around, in large part due to what they were doing with Joe Burrow, I just don't know how you can be critical.
That's
Hindsight's 20/20, but I agree with Jeff. I think it's a bad take by Rex.
I understand what you're saying. I think there's more to it than meets the eye. We could talk about it further, but Graziano, I think it is important to get into just what the injury means. So we know now a little that the injury is more significant than your run-of-the-mill clean tear. I don't know if I'm using the right terminology there. We'll have Stefania Bell a little bit later with the details. But what do we know about when we might expect to see him again?
Yeah, the timetable we're given is these injuries generally take 9 to 12 months. Adam Schefter had that in that report as well. So that calls the start of next season into question. When you look at potential comparisons, Deshaun Watson tore his ACL in practice his rookie year. He was back for the start of the following season, but I don't think there were other ligaments affected. I could be wrong, but my memory says no. Carson Wentz had a multi-ligament injury in December of 2017. He missed the first 2 games of 2018. Remember, they were coming off the Super Bowl, and they started Foles at the beginning of the season. So Stefania can speak to this, whether the injuries are potentially similar. But he comes back at some point next year. It's just too soon to know for sure if we're talking about week 1.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.